Hey, welcome everybody.
Hello.
Let me do one thing first. Dun dun dun. Sorry, fish. Here goes. Look at that beautiful green. Yeah. Hello, hello. How are you, Juju?
I'm very good. I'm a little sleepy.
Yes, I hate to put sleepy in both our names. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm going to tell tales on this right now. Like, when I say that we do nothing, like we do nothing for the weekend and we have the best time. Like, absolutely. This is how Juju and I prepare for a stream. We stayed up all damn night and talked about everything under the sun except YouTube and this stream. We didn't
That's true.
we didn't talk about anything that we do together or preparation or what are we going to talk. Not a single peep about it. We talked about the moon, the stars, the sun, funny jokes, faulty towers, best humor, like stupid childhood memories, bad memories, good memory, you name it. We talk, and when I tell you we were up all night, we left each other at like 9:30, 10 a.m. this morning.
I know.
I'm gonna tell secrets on us. Like, yeah, we were up just all night gabbing our asses off. Like, and you know what? Everyone else in our life is grateful for that because we got it all out. Like, we don't have to drive anybody else crazy about
Exactly.
it.
We're like, this garbage has been building up. Let's
I'm
let it
telling
out.
you, Moo will be so happy. I've met my conversation talk quota for the next 48 hours.
I know.
Like a marathon. It was like everybody around me were like, "Wow, Bear, you're so calm. Like, what's going?" I seen I got it all out. Like every word I could possibly think of saying came out of me yesterday.
Well, the only reason we stopped talking is we're like, we do have to sleep before we stream tonight.
Yeah, that's the one thing we did talk about YouTube. We did actually say it would look really bad if we fell asleep all three.
But we're like, you know what? We promised him nothing.
Nothing. Yes. So I think one day we actually will snore on stream. It would be hysterical. You're like, I mean, we have snored in Discord before, like all of us, Hey, Mousy. Punchy. I'm honored. Punchy here. Juju, meet Punchy. Punchy is my number one asylum boo.
Hi,
He's amazing.
Punchy.
Yes, he's like very supportive. You would love him. He's a I love everyone. You're all awesome, and I've got your back kind of guy. He's like really cool.
I like his name, Punchy.
I do too, because his humor is very punchy. You would like that too. Oh,
And
thank Mark noticed. Thank you, Mark. I did make an effort, sleepy as I am. I took 3 sips of coffee and said, damn, let me tackle that mistyping. And then I'm like,
I'm gonna bust her, Mark. She did it right before the stream.
I did it right before the stream, right? Because that's what I had three. So I did it right before the stream, and Juju watched me to make sure I didn't like make it worse. I'm like double checking everything, like make sure I don't mess up everything else while I'm in here, because that happens too. It does. Oh, hi, Sean. Hi, Autistic Shield. Thank you for coming to Mod. I really appreciate you. I do. Thank you. It's nice to see everybody. You
It
know.
is nice to see everybody.
Mm-hmm. It was done in time. That's right, Mark. Once you told me I was not going to come out here with you being misrepresented. You know me. I'm all about the facts and information, right? I'm not going to come out here and purposely misrepresent you in any way, if I can help it. You know. Oh, Fish says he's not worth anything because I didn't.
Aw.
I put the banner on time.
Well,
All
take
right.
the banner off and have Fishner remind you to put it back
That
up.
see now you're on to me, Fish. That was my secret plot all along, just to give everybody else something to do and make you all feel worthy. Like I couldn't do this show without you. You needed to tell me to put the banner on. And
You
now
feel
I have to fix.
obligated to like Claire's
Yeah,
nothing without us. Like,
exactly. So like, we gotta come help the poor bear out. She can't even push the banner button without us.
you know what I like? You're like not well rested. You're totally sleepy, and that's the day you're like, I'm on top of it, everybody.
I oh, oh no, I broke the nothing rule. I actually like took care of shit. Like, oh crap. Look, the only stream during the week that I'll get it right will be this one, where I'm not supposed to get anything right. Like this will be the one. This will be the one. Hmm. Wow, this is like cool. So, what have y'all been up to? What have you been up to? Well, I guess not much since I spoke to you like just a little.
I woke up at 1:30 today.
Yeah,
And
you got
then
up earlier than me.
well, I made myself get up, so I will go to sleep tonight.
I don't care about sleeping tonight, apparently.
I did not want to get up, but I was like, do it.
I was up around 1:30. Like I did do some stuff and then I went back to bed. I had one of those days where you sleep like four hours, you get up, you do something, whatever, and then you're like, oh, I didn't sleep enough. So you just like curl back up in the lull and go back to sleep. Or I would be like reading, like I was preparing for weekly stuff, reading, and would fall asleep reading or watching a video and just like knock myself out again for a couple hours. I didn't get officially up until like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I guess it was like 5:30 maybe.
And does it count as being up if I just like move to the couch and literally watch TV all day?
Well, that's up at least. If you change from your bed you were sleeping into another location, that's technically up, and now you're napping. You're no longer sleeping.
Right.
Okay, because technically, I never left the big king bed. Like, no, I'm not leaving the big king bed. Like, I got up. I did shower, did the whole thing. Changed my.
Yeah.
I put clean pajamas on. I did not get dressed. I put Sunday clean pajamas on.
That's my
like,
favorite. In the shower, putting jammies on.
Yeah,
You're like, I don't care if it's noon.
Yeah, I brushed my teeth, did my hair. I made myself presentable for daylight. Like that was only going to last like an hour.
Do you know? If I'm gonna stream, I always shower beforehand. Like anyone's gonna see me. I'm a little avatar up here, but I'm like, listen, I better be clean for these people. I don't understand my logic, but that is what I think.
Yeah, I'm not doing Christmas. This is like I asked you. Okay, wait a minute. I got to clear this up. I am not promoting pre-Christmas before December 1st. I'm not. The Kelly Green was just Irish eyes. Juju and I were talking. I asked her what color she likes. Kelly Green. We went with it's all about the members, Marillion. It's the color of the membership too. Like we were just it's not Christmas. Like I have zero Christmas spirit. Let me tell you, people.
I'm
no Christmas spirit whatsoever. Juju and I'll be complete opposites about this. I do believe in. Correct me if I'm wrong, Juju. I might be making an assumption here, but you've already started watching Hallmark videos, movies, haven't you?
Listen. You are correct.
Bingo. Okay, 10 points.
In my defense, I do not let myself watch them until after Thanksgiving.
I knew, I just had this like secret inkling about that. I just had a little feeling about that. Yep. But hey, to each his own. Like I'm glad that makes you happy. I am so glad. Well,
actually, the last one I watched sucked, and I was very disappointed in it. But I still watched the whole thing.
Mm.
But the one before that, pretty good.
Yeah,
and I did get emotional.
I did. I do remember you telling me you were watching something, and the person in it had my name, and I was like, "What? Please tell me it's not the bad guy," because everybody who tells me I'm in a movie tells me I'm the bad guy. I'm the villain. Like I did something awful.
Nope, you were the good guy.
I was the good guy this time. Like, yay! Like that.
You were the supportive sister who gives the wise looks to like her husband, like they're falling in love. You know that, right?
No, you know what, people? This look over the glasses. This is not the wise look. This is like that look. If anybody knows me, that's my really look. Like seriously, that's exactly what I'm saying on this avatar. I am looking at you, going, really, really, and it works for everything. It's like, really? Did they just say that? Really? Are you kidding? Really? That's what's going on? Like, really? Are you taking yourself that seriously? Like, it works for everything. It also, if you're wearing a nice pair of pants and you're a gentleman walking away, it works for that too.
That's true. You're like, really?
It's like, no, then it's like this. Really? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you got to change your really
Really?
Tuesday. Yes, we got to practice our really. It's like, really? Wow. Really? Yeah. All right, I'm having too much fun.
Rein it in.
I know. You know. Oh,
It's true. It
so
is like reading a bad book and hate yourself for finishing it. But I was like, I've got to see this through. I don't know how it'll end.
I love that comment, by the way. That is like a great comment. Look, did I really see something that stupid? Exactly. And
The
then
answer
Sean,
is yes. If you tune into a Hallmark movie, you did see something that stupid.
well, I have teased you relentlessly about this on your streams and in your chat. I will admit to not being a Hallmark movie fan because, like, it's like the writers are not really making much effort. They just change the characters' names. It's the same story all the time. And they go a whole season with the same group of actors, like
Oh
in
no,
every
they go
movie.
10 years with the same group of actors.
Okay, see, I was being generous. Okay, I was not gonna like. I'm not really trying to knock anybody who likes them. They are entertaining and enjoyable. They're light
No,
and
I have a complaint.
mood lifting. Yeah.
Dear Hallmark, here is my issue. When they have new writers who evidently are angry, and they are writing these characters. So, like, the two main people obviously are supposed to fall in love, but it is hard to like cheer for them when you write those characters as jerks. Like the
Oh,
woman in the show one I watched the other day, I was like, I don't like you. Please move out of this town and do not fall in love with her, sir. Thank
yes.
you.
You want to warn them, right? You want to be, please. You're so better than a typical B movie plot.
Yes.
Save yourself. It's bad writing. You could do better. Improv. God,
Well, and then
improv.
I just think this is Hallmark. So my expectations are pretty low,
Yeah.
right? Like half the time, I don't even actually watch them. Like when I watched that one, I was dusting the room I was in, right? So I'm not even like watching the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But still, if you don't like the characters, then you're rooting against them. I'm like, I hope you don't find
Exactly.
love, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope the town gets ruined because of your big city business.
You know what? I do that, and then I feel like wicked for like wishing demise. I mean, I'm also that one that like in the horror movies when they bother to like they hear the noise so they go in the basement. I'm like, you deserve to die. Like they didn't even kill you good enough for you feeling so stupid for going down there. And I'll be like yelling at the TV and stuff. Like you can
But if
have.
you hear a noise in your house, do you go investigate it?
Hmm. Well, that depends on the kind of noise. The noise that comes with background, hell no.
Right.
Like, I would say I'm fortunate enough and I'm manipulative enough to go get somebody else to do it. Most of
Really?
the time. Like I ain't dying first. That's it. Like here it is. If I'm gonna go check out a noise, I am kind of independent and I do live alone most of the time. I am alone most of the time. So I will go check out noise, but I do have a dog. So I'll make the dog come with me. Okay. Not that he's going to do anything. The other one would have, like, licked the person to death that was trying to attack me. It would have been at least a diversion. This one would probably turn around and run. Like he's a little scaredy cat. But I would take the dog with me anyway, just because maybe the intruder or whatever the noise is would not know that the dog is a chicken yet. Um, but I do go and investigate, but I'm very cautious. I check all my exits. I get a backup plan in my head, like of what I'm gonna find. Like, I'm gonna like go and yeah. And you know what? If it's coming from the basement, hell no am I going down there. No. Unless it's the thumping of the furnace, and I know that sound. Like I know like the okay. I know water heater problem sounds, and I know furnace sounds. And unless it's those, I'm not going down there. No, no, no.
When
No.
I bought my house, the man I bought my house from, he said, "You will hear noises in this house and you will swear someone is here. There is no one here."
Yeah, older houses are like that. Like I have a ranch, and I do hear things in the attic. Like the walls do settle, especially these old thick plaster walls. Like I'd say a good 75% of the house that hasn't been worked on is still those really thick old fashioned plaster walls. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
what I have too.
That was an art in home building, like back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. It got to a high standard of art. I guess they stopped doing it at the end of the 50s, early 60s. But it's not like sheetrock and all of that. We're talking real plaster walls, people, like thick
Thick
and
walls. Yeah.
really nice. I mean, it's really good for soundproofing. Like I would love to have a room like that now for like streaming and stuff like that. It would be wonderful, you know. Um, but so you don't really hear a lot, but if something's coming from the basement, like basement noises are scary. Basements have windows. Like, do you have windows in your basement?
Yeah, I have a walkout basement, which I left that door unlocked for like 6 months one time. And then I was like,
Oh,
maybe
oh,
someone is in here.
oh! I could not do that. I really couldn't. Hey, number one moo, my moo boo. Hey, Wrecker, how are you? It's nice to see you here. Mrs. Cassandra, thank you for being here. Also to Maud, I appreciate you guys showing up. What? Oh, sorry, I just had to do that. I got distracted. I mean, they're throwing otters at me. Can you blame me? You know me and otters, like throw an otter at me, and I'm like, yes. Did you call? Did you need something from me? Yes.
I'm listening.
Yeah. Hi, I'm here. No. The noises you hear from the basement is quiz. Oh, in the Discord basement. I'm never afraid to go in there, but you got to be prepared to go into the basement in the Discord because that's our NSFW room. Like for those that don't know, it's if you ain't prepared to see anything or everything, and I mean anything or everything, don't go in that room. Do not go in that room. Like, yeah. Yeah, there's some wild parties, but like I did get Mrs. Cassandra a maid, and I did get her a chef because we were forgetting to feed her. We was lock her in there very often to entertain everyone. I forget to feed her or for days. She was always asking for food. Oh, an otter with a gun and a bandana. You know what? I don't like. I think in America here, and this is an American thing. I mean, gun conversations don't go well in America. Like, so I'm not going to get into a big discussion about it. But I will say I have no problem with a man who knows how to handle a gun, having a gun to protect people. And I would, if I'm going in the basement, I want that man with me. I do. If I'm going to check out the noise, I want that man with the gun on my side coming with me. As a matter of fact, I want that man to tell me, stay here at the top of the stairs. I'll be right back. Like, I don't even want that man to make me go.
What if the
tell me to
intruder is upstairs?
Well, that's why he tells me to stay at the top of the stairs, so that I could run down the stairs if the guy comes after me, and he can get him with the gun. You see, but that I don't have to follow him down the stairs because
I would fall down the stairs if that occurred.
I would actually. I would. If the intruder was upstairs,
I'd be like, I'll take care of it for you, sir. And I just stumble down the stairs.
I'll tell you, and my man with the gun is downstairs. I'm not stumbling down the stairs. I am hurling myself like a freaking bullet down those stairs and landing and running to wherever my man with the gun is. Like, nope. Like, no, it's about as much as I would do.
Mark, I semi live in a place where I'm feel secure about leaving a door open. Like, I think where I live is relatively safe. But at night I should really lock the door. Like, I have a bad habit. I'll sleep with like my sliding glass door open too. I just forget about it. But I mean, I try and like
You know
secure
what?
the home.
When you live alone, you get used to some of the noises and all, like the old house noises and all. You learn to identify them all. Like I don't get creeped out, but I am rather sensitive to. I do get high. True confessions here. Not that you all need to know this, but wind gives me anxiety.
Me too.
It
I
and
will
when
say this as well, is I attributed a lot more noises to my cat than were accurate. Because when he passed away, I'm like, that's still happening?
Mhm. Mm. Ahoy, godless! How are you? Welcome to nothing. This is our nothing stream. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Hope you're having a good day, Jeff. Or good evening. Hmm. I I don't. You know what? I do lock my doors now, my front and my back, because I live close to the. I moved right from. I used to live right on the beach. Okay, I moved inland a little bit, right near the center of the county, where the courthouse and the jail and all of that stuff is. In I live like one side of me has farms and the other side of me has downtown where all the restaurants and everything are. And whenever you've got like a little bit of a city like that, that's where like the people go to like pickpocket and steal and all. So they have to pass my house to get there. so so I do keep the front door locked now, but everybody comes in through the like certain relatives and stuff like have the passcode to the garage side door, like so they can get in. And my one neighbor comes to help with the dog sometimes. Like I have a
Yeah.
back door, the yard's all fenced in, but the
Yeah, my
gate.
yard is fenced in,
Yeah,
and like I come and go from my back door.
yeah,
And
that's
I
where we
think when
do.
you live by yourself too, you just naturally lock the door when you come inside.
You do.
My
It's just
problem is when I like open windows and stuff for
Well, let's be honest. As a woman, like I don't want to sound like a chicken shit or anything like that, but like I feel more vulnerable. I do lock, like even when I lived with my family and all. When I came home, I locked the door if nobody was home, and I didn't like
well, and
you
if
know.
you watch true crime, the people who would break in and hurt women always said, "Well, we tried the door, and that if that door was locked, we just moved on to the next house."
Right, I've seen those things. Like, yeah. It scares the hell out of me to think that people are walking by checking doorknobs with the intent to harm people. I get easily creeped out about this stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sappy, people. The world breaks my heart on a regular basis. It does. I can take care of myself, but sometimes you just gotta cry for the state of the world. Like it's sad. It's very, very sad that these things occur. It just. I know it's the reality, but still, it's just can be too much sometimes.
Well, then don't you? I always think, man, if all those people like took that energy that they're putting towards like crime and hurting, well, I mean, some people
Mhm.
are just crazy and want to hurt people.
Yeah, you're not going to stop somebody who has the intent to do harm. Like there are people who just don't give a shit. Like, and that's the unfortunate state of our world. It is a symptom of a larger issues that I don't want to get into right now because this is a stream about nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn it into something, especially not that. But
Anyway, back to noises in our home.
exactly. Sometimes there's good noises, like because I have an apartment downstairs in my basement, so sometimes the noises that come up from there are nice. My sister's hanging out down there. Sometimes she has her grandchildren over, or like she's watching a good show and laughing or whatever. But most of the time, it's pretty quiet. Pretty
Do you
quiet
ever
around.
have a noise you can't figure out what it was, and then randomly, like I was upstairs one day and I heard something crash, and I didn't bother to go back downstairs and check. I'm like, I'll figure that out tomorrow.
Right,
And
and
for
you
the
never
whole
found
day,
it.
I'm like, what was that? Because it was a loud noise. And then eventually I figured out it was a mirror that had been hanging on the wall and it fell behind the bookshelf underneath it.
Oh, so then you noticed the mirror was missing. Yeah,
Yeah, but it did take me a while to notice the mirror was missing. You know how you
yeah,
kind of don't see things? Like I
yeah.
was like, what was that noise?
Mm.
And I'm like,
I mean,
well,
in old houses, things shift too. Like I've had things like fall off shelves.
I had a
stuff like
light
that.
fixture explode in the middle of the night.
Tell me
Is
about
the
it. Like,
house that was terrifying.
just recently, I woke up to a really like annoying noise. Like what is that disorder where sound gets trapped in your head? Like some people have a hearing disorder, like myself, where like the sound comes in, but some things get stuck, so to speak. And it was like I hear it, I hear it, I hear it, I hear it, I hear it. And it could be like from really, really far away. I remember when I lived on the shore, they had like the Belmar Bridge buoy was going off, and that thing was miles away from my house. But it got stuck in my head and woke me up in the middle of the night like it was a gong, you know. It was like really weird
No.
because I had heard it like, earlier in the day. I had been closer to it. But I forget what the doctor said it's called. It's just something that happens. But I woke up in the middle, long story short, I woke up the other day. I have this small heater, those tall cylinder type heaters that you could take just to heat a room. All they do is like move the warm air around really for you. They got a small fan and a little heating element, like in, they're for like when you have larger, bigger homes and the heating system is just like you got a colder room and you just want to warm it up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fan must have been having a hiccup or something because it started to make a louder fan noise, And I woke up and it sounded like that was the only thing in the whole world for like 10 minutes until I figured out what it was. Because I heard it much louder than it actually was. Like it was stuck in my head because it was going on while I was sleeping.
That's
And
the worst. That sleepy where you're like not awake, not asleep, and you're like, what is that noise? That is not a normal noise. Like,
Mhm.
do I need to like wake up more and become
Right.
aware of what is happening?
Because you wake up because you're a homeowner. You're thinking, okay, is that the furnace acting up? Like, do I have to go down? Is it backing up? Do I have to go check something? Is everything okay with the water heater? Like, stuff like that. I hope a pipe didn't burst. Like,
One of the worst noises that ever woke me up. I have a Roomba in my bedroom.
Oh, uh-huh.
And my cat in the middle of the night ran into it and knocked it off its base. And the Roomba, talks if it has like
Uh-huh.
and so it's like 3 a.m. and the Roomba goes, air. I'm like just in the middle. I'm sleeping and a robotic voice is so loud and yelling about air.
That would so annoy me.
No, it terrified me. I was just like, I'm about to die. What? Who is in my room?
I do love a Roomba though because they get under everything. Like they get all of like you have pets too. I hate pets like dogs, and I need to like get under that bed, get under everything.
I was so skeptical of the Roomba. I'm like, there's no way I'm spending that much money on a vacuum.
If
What,
you
like,
put it on whole room, it really will go over every inch of the room, everywhere it can. And
and
the
the
new
key is
ones,
if you run that every day, your
you-
house remains so much cleaner. You do not have to
it does.
dust as
It
often.
does. You don't because it just keeps sucking it through. You just empty it. I would just have it, when I was cooking, every night and stuff like that, like I had a routine of like sweeping the kitchen floor and all before bed, stuff like that. And then I would like empty out the Roomba container and then put the Roomba on, and let it go. And it's just so much less work. It really is. Nobody has time to keep up with all this stuff. And now, right? The new ones, they used to like if they backed up into something, they'd get stuck. They just stay there and turn themselves off.
Yeah.
The
They
new
yell
ones,
at you for like 4 hours first.
yeah. Well, the new ones figure it out. They try to move left, right, or back and forward if they bang into something. They have that thing, that leg alert. Like if you put the leg alert on, you know, and then you can program it to memorize the room. Like you can actually put your Roomba on program, put it on room, put it on leg alert, and it will go and all the legs and everything as it bangs into them, it starts to make itself a little pattern, like a diagram, and
Yeah,
then
you can
figures
really
out the
take
best way. Yeah, and you tell it to save it, and then the next time you say, okay, living room, and you let it do it, and then it actually does the living room and it remembers the pattern as long as you haven't moved the furniture. Like, God forbid you put something on the floor that shouldn't be there, like a dog. The Roomba bangs into the dog and was like, what? What? Then it has to start all over again with the program.
my room, but there's one table in my house that it will get stuck under. And it'll have like a week where it just drives off the base over to that table and it rams itself underneath it. And I'm like, damn it, Roomba. Like, you vacuumed for 30 seconds. And I'm like, figure it out. Like, come on. What happens when you introduce another chair to the room it has memorized?
Then it has to redo the whole thing again. Like once it comes into an object that wasn't there from the memorization, it goes back to like it voids it just stops trying to do the program. And then it just like goes around the room again as if it didn't have a plan until you tell it to make a plan again.
So just acts casual. I was like, no,
Yeah,
this
just like,
was my plan all along, guys. I was just
okay, it's like, okay, yeah, like, oh, we're gonna do that, are we? Okay, plan B, no plan. Here we go. You know,
my Roomba is not that smart. It just drives around. Yeah. Although I do think it has areas it prefers to clean.
Yeah, you know, like some areas are cleaner than others. I think you're right. You know.
And I swear, since my cat died, my Roomba is sad.
Oh God, I don't have a wife, Mark. That's why I need a Roomba.
I don't have a wife either.
Yeah, you're not going to get
attacked. But I do have 2 Roombas.
Because I know you're not like that, and you do, and I know you've got better things to do with your wife than watch her clean. There you go. How's that? It wasn't exactly an attack, was it? Yeah.
And you need a Roomba when you have a wife so you can enjoy your wife.
That's right. That's what I said. You got better things to do with your wife than watch her do the floors, you know. And I'll be honest, in most of my relationships, when we split up the chores, the floors were not my responsibility.
That's my fantasy. To fall in love with someone who does the floors.
I like really, really clean floors, you know, but I am one of those like immaculate bathroom people. So I will take care of all of these duties in the kitchen. Like I can't go to bed if the kitchen's not clean. I just can't. Like, I don't want to wake up to dirty dishes. I don't want to. And I'm also one of those like with the crumbs. Like, you ever see like the people that make fun of the people that with the crumbs on the counter? Like, I'll be one of those. Like, I can't. I'll be the one walking behind you while you're eating the toast, like scooping the crumbs away because I can't have the crumbs on the counter like that. It just makes me nuts.
What color are your counters?
They are a lovely, they are that's solid surface Korean, but they are like the brown, black, and all shades of browns in with a little copper veining marbling through them. It's like a speckle, but not. Like it doesn't look like marble. It looks like solid surface, but it has all these neutral tones in it with just a little hint of copper, like to sparkle. And then I accented a lot of the things in the kitchen, like bowls and stuff, little things here and there, like my coffee maker with the copper trim. Everything else is like stainless steel or black.
Do you like dark countertops, or do you think
I would absolutely not get them this dark again, because my home itself, where it's situated, is dark inside. It's not a sunny, bright place. It's just not well placed on the plot of land for sun in where the windows and all are. It wasn't really well planned, this house, so it's a little darker. I would have went light. I do have all white trim throughout my house, like high gloss white trim, and the kitchen cabinets are white. Really, really white pine. Like they've been finished and painted. They're old wood pine cabinets, but they're all been sanded down and trimmed out and painted like a high gloss white that is easy to take care of. Well, you know, just to brighten things up. I would go with a lighter countertop if that's what you're asking me. I do love these counters. They were well worth the money. They're quite old now, and there's nothing wrong with them. I could stick a hot pot on them. It doesn't matter if I stick ice cream on them, cold stuff, cleaning supplies. Nothing has permeated these counters at all. They're perfect still, like 13 years later. So from when I bought the house. It was the first investment I made in the house, was those counters.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I would like lighter. Like I would go medium, to be honest, Juju. What do you like? You like dark or light? or
Well,
medium?
I
I would
currently
go
have
medium.
black counters, and I love the way they look, but I wouldn't get them again. Mainly because, like, I have to be, if I set my phone on there, I can't see it. So I've like knocked my phone off the counter.
Uh-huh.
I
It's
don't know
hard
how
to
many
find.
times.
It's hard to find things. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like white. Like some people like all white
I
in the
don't like
kitchen.
white either.
I think they look really nice, like white and light gray kitchens. They look really nice, but I couldn't function there. I would be cleaning all the time because if you're cooking, like everything's all colored and messy, like you would be cleaning all the time. You know.
I know I really want to paint my kitchen cabinets black, but I know I would hate it. So I just keep talking myself out of it.
Yeah.
But I keep dreaming about it.
I don't know. I do like to like remodel my house in my head a lot. You know.
It's all I do.
And I do think of future places and how I would decorate it and what kind of furniture I want. Like I do. I think it's like daydreaming. It amuses me. I amuse myself. Like,
Me too. Like Mousy
I'm
called
just
me the other day. She goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like staring at the wall. But but in my mind, I'm like
Mhm,
redoing it.
mhm.
So
Yeah. I've redone the one office I have in my home, like which is now a spare bedroom. I had to switch it for other reasons, but it used to be an office. I redid that room more often than any other room in the house. Basically because it had this perfect set of windows, like an L-shaped windows in the corner. Do you know what I mean? Like three on one side, two on the other. It was like really kind of nice. And the other walls were all free. And I would also one of those people who like I would do like two or three different techniques in a room. Like the opposite walls, one would be suede, the other one would be leather. One wall would be beige, the other one would be deep Cordova brown. Like just I'm a little bit crazy. And in the boys' room, I let them because the grandkids had a room to store all their toys and for sleepover and everything. I let them pick the colors, and they picked like three different shades of green and this lovely deep purple. So I picked one of the shades of greens to paint the rooms, and then I had the painters actually had to paint stripes of different widths in the middle of the wall all the way around the room for the boys, like with the other colors. It drove them crazy. I actually had to tell them how to do it, I said, listen, all you have to do is measure and do blue tape and you'll be fine. Like, get over yourself. Like, you're a painter. You should know how to do it.
right. Get a level
Yeah,
and figure
yeah,
it out. It's not
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, it's not that hard. I just said, do you need me to map it out for you? I could take it off the bill. And they were like, no, we'll take care of it, Mrs. No problem. I'm like, yeah, geez, don't give me a hard time. I said, I told you I wanted stripes. I mean, you should have put it into the thing. I don't think they realized,
I
I,
kind of like to paint walls though. Well, I
mm,
say that. Like the first coat, I'm real into it. And I'm like, this is
mhm.
meditative. Let's
I'm
do it.
only 5 foot tall, so I'm not really fond of the up and the down of the ladders and all. And I need those really crisp lines. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, I
so
do.
yeah, so like I love like when you look up at the crown molding and it's the white glossy shiny wooden crown molding that's all like painted nice, and that sharp visual line between the colored wall and that. And I don't want to pick up a single spot where it's not a straight edge. So you better take that crown molding off before you paint the wall and then put it back. Just for because because I need that perfect line when I'm looking around a room. I know
I have
painters
a
do
spot
not
in my
like me.
guest bedroom on the ceiling where I like hit the roller on
Mhm,
the ceiling. And it's like 1 inch. And
mhm.
I will walk in there and just stare at that. I'm like,
Yeah, I had
it
this
feels
painter tell me,
shame.
"Don't worry about it. I know how to edge. I could really do it. I'll go around the door jambs and don't worry about it. I don't have to take off the molding to make it look like really crisp. You're not even going to tell." And then I walk into the room and I go, "That is not a straight line. Like I can see a white wavy line all the way down the side of the door jamb.
Yeah.
Like, no." And I said, and worse than that, you did it on the side I could see. Like, why the hell didn't you do that? Like over there. I'm looking at this every time I come into the room.
I
He's
have a
like, okay.
friend who's OCD, but like
Mhm,
honest OCD, not the casual way people are like, I'm OCD. She's
Mm-hmm.
like seriously OCD, and she's the best like paint trimmer. You put her on it, it's gonna take her multiple days, but she'll sit there and just be so focused, and it's so precise.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I love it. Give me these kind of problems. I'm like, have at it.
I
Enjoy.
know. I love it too. Oh, this is a comment that's going to get you going. I so enjoy this.
Kirby vacuum is a quality vacuum.
It is one of the best. It is one of the best out there. I am fond of the Dyson Animal, the high grade Dyson Animal one, because of the power of it. If you have dogs with long hair like I do, you need a little more to actually tackle this problem.
I've heard that you should always buy the pet version of a vacuum.
It does have a stronger, because it's got to pull the hairs out of fibers like carpets and furniture, and that's difficult to do. Like, you've had animals, cats or whatever. Once that hair like works itself into something like a curtain, or the couch arm, like say your pet has a favorite place like a cat to lay, it's going to not just lay on the surface. It's going to work its way a little bit into the fibers, and it takes a little bit more suction to get that out. Yeah. So they are usually stronger. They usually have a better filter, and they usually, have a larger storage container, which is what I needed because the dog hair is like big. My dogs leave enough hair that there looks like there's another animal in the house at all times. Like, once I sweep it all up into one pile, it's the size of one of those dogs. Like,
do you ever slow vacuum?
My dream is to be able, I think we've talked about this before in one of our many escapades. My dream is actually to sit on the couch with a vacuum that has a long enough extension that I could just do the whole room.
I'm like, I have a vacuum for you?
Or change the end of it and do the ceiling and around the door jambs.
Yeah,
and
my
the
vacuum
windows.
does that. You can go all the way up the stairwell with it. That's how long the hose is.
That is freaking amazing. Like, I don't like all of the, like, you got to move here, you got to move here, you got to move that, you got to do this. Like, I would vacuum more often if it was a little more chill. It is a physical excursion to vacuum. It
Yeah,
is.
When it's cold in the winter, I always think, if you're cold, get up and vacuum.
This is true. It'll get you moving. I just don't like the noise of a vacuum. It is very irritating to me. The quieter the vacuum, the better for me. If they would design one that came with its own like headphones and pleasant music, like, I would buy it. John, long
Hello,
time.
John.
Oh, can we just, because everybody just show some love to John. Yes. Oh, hey, dude. Not that I want to embarrass you, but damn, it's good to see you.
It is good to see you.
It is. I hope you're doing well, John. Like,
We're just talking
Juju,
vacuums up here.
yeah, Juju and I often think about you when we're up here talking about nothing. Like, because we used to talk about nothing with you in chats everywhere, both of us. Like,
Well, John and I once did like a 5-hour stream about nothing.
mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry he's got a cold.
Oh, that sucks.
I hate that. That's been like, everybody's been having something right now. Thank goodness it's not COVID though. Good. This is the year. I'm sick this time of year every year, right, John? Like, I'm just waiting, knock on wood, hopefully.
Well, don't like invite it in. You're like, I'm just waiting
No,
for it to get here.
I just knock it on wood. I'm looking around. I'm looking around like the king size bed here because I am still sitting here like in my pajamas, by the way.
Oh, I'm in my pajamas too. I have my slippers on.
Too much information, people, but yeah, we did not get dressed for you today. No.
No, my hair is in a bun.
But they know me. I very often don't get dressed for them or at all for any reason. Like, if I don't feel like it. So when it comes to my channel, they're pretty used to that, I made plague brownies, if anybody wants any. I made chocolate caramel brownies Friday night before realizing I had a cold. I would eat them with you, John. Like, I would catch a cold for you, especially for your brownies. Like, I like brownies.
If you baked them, those
Yeah. Mark, I did shower. Juju, did you shower? I showered. You put on
I
clean
did
pajamas.
shower.
Did you
And I
miss the
put on
beginning of
fresh jammies.
Did you miss the beginning of the show, Mark? What were you doing while you were pretending to be here listening to us? Because we did talk about that. We got ready in our pajamas and we got showered, like we talked about all how we got ready, which really wasn't much. But
I'm like, I just took a shower and was like, that's enough for today.
you know I'm only kidding with you too, Mark. Don't take it personal. It's just fun to play with. But
Like, I
yeah,
always shower for the stream.
yeah.
Which I don't know why I do that. But if I'm going to stream, I'm like, I better take a shower.
Yes, nobody can see us. Like, But you're right. Like I brushed my hair, I made sure I was wearing, I just wanted to get ready for the day.
Well,
I
I
do
think
love
it
my
makes you
nothing
feel better.
Sunday. Yeah. I love my nothing Sunday. I really do. Like, and I am looking forward to a great night tonight, hopefully. Like, I don't have, I've got some prep to do for streams and all for during the week, like my Sunday night.
Did you guys
What
just
was,
hear that noise?
yes, what was that? Like, you don't have, so what the hell was that? Like, do we need to call somebody for you? Like,
It did terrify me, but I know what it is.
I think it sounded like the broom falling over or the vacuum or something.
No, that's a quality guess, but it's actually I put 2 water bottles in the freezer last night
Okay.
because I like to drink sparkling water, but
And
I
it got,
forgot about them.
oh, and so they got that weird shape and everything. Like, and you can't stand them up anymore, can you?
Well, they're the Soda Stream bottles.
Oh.
They did not break, but I set them on the counter to defrost.
And as they defrost, I guess they
Turned over or like
mhm.
leaned over.
Mm.
And I guarantee they're now laying on the kitchen floor, which kind of grosses me out. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That or there is a killer in my kitchen. So we'll see.
All right. Well, if we start to hear the music or like sounds, like, we'll know. John's going back to the vacuums here. He's got a cheap 35 Bissell from Walmart. Typically move so often that I move before they break. Well, that's good.
Okay, but those vacuums, let's talk about this. I actually am quite passionate about my vacuum. I had an inexpensive vacuum like that, and then it broke. And the vacuum repair shop was like, ma'am, this vacuum is too cheap to repair. Go buy something better. So I bought a Shark. And then when I started vacuuming my house, I was astonished. This vacuum picks, I mean, it picks up so much stuff. It's disgusting. And I just would vacuum and vacuum and vacuum the same rug over and over. And then I sat in like a stupor and I was like, I've lived with all this dirt in my house for this long and I had no idea. I'm just walking around like this is a clean home, but it was not. It was not a clean home.
Yep.
That's the one I have, John. The Shark.
The Shark. Yeah, I've heard about this one. It's very good for pets, right?
It's amazing.
Yeah, he actually, my friend told me it's worth the money. Like it's a good investment.
It is worth the
and,
money.
and I think besides when I'm not going to say if because we know it happens when my Dyson pet becomes unfixable and too much, and I've just had enough of it, I will go to the Shark. Like I will, and I would get the Shark pet even if I no longer have my pets, which. My dogs were quite old. In the one who is still here, he's just about 13 now. He's 12. He's going to be 13 in a couple of months. And well, it's only a matter of time. But I would still get the pet one just because of how it handles the dust and the amount of stuff that it pulls out, the extra suction and everything. So.
Be prepared. You will be shocked. You'll be like, my house is filthy and I didn't know it.
Well, I'm going to fix that problem. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get somebody else to do the vacuuming so I don't know. Like, I don't want to deal with that kind of stress. Because then if I saw that, I would start like having to clean everything in sight. And I just like,
You do. You get the shark out, you start vacuuming, you're vacuuming everything. But it's very satisfying. Like
luckily.
I vacuum shelves before I dust them.
Uh-huh.
You want a good dust job? Do that.
I used to vacuum books. I vacuum the curtains. I vacuum everything.
Yeah, lampshades.
Lampshades especially because if you've got pets, there's hair on your lampshades, guaranteed. Like especially dogs. Like I got like there's hair there.
Yeah, my
Like
cat's
you
been
have
dead
to,
like a year, and I still will
and
see
you
like
still find
fur
cat hair,
on
right?
like lampshades and
Yes.
stuff, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, the Murphy who's still with us is dark, black, right? So he leaves these black fur. I call them dust bunnies, like of hair or fur balls, and they're black, okay, and gray. But Riley was a ginger with a white undercoat, so she leaves these white, fluffy, like airy ones. Do you know she's been going quite a while, and they still roll out from places on her.
I know. I know.
Like I'll walk through the kitchen and out from the under the refrigerator will come a white ball of. I'm like, okay, get the vacuum going, get under that, and I'll do under there. And sure enough, you'll vacuum out under there and everything. And I don't know how, but a couple of weeks later, another one comes out. Like, where do they come from? I think they breed.
I agree with you. They do breathe. And
Dust,
they
dust.
somehow can like you could study the air currents in your house because you're like, I didn't even know
Yeah.
fur was back in this spot.
Oh God. Okay, here's a horror story. Have you ever like just taken a couple of days off to like to do nothing, and then somebody comes to the door, you open the door, that breeze comes in
Are you there? You roboted out on
like
me.
a big greeting, like because of the breeze or the sun, like letting like the air into the house. I'm just like, and you're so embarrassed. You're so embarrassed. Yeah, I see that. Like something just happened with the internet for like a second there. I,
I
I don't
had
know if you heard, but have you ever opened the door and had the dust bunnies in the hairballs just run to the door to greet somebody and you're totally embarrassed? You're just like, oh God, it looks like I never cleaned. Like I just got done cleaning yesterday. Like what's going on?
no, but the sun shines in my kitchen in the morning and I have like black appliances. And when you walk in there, I'll be like, oh my God, did I throw a plate of food at the oven and then rub a cat on it? Because that's what it looks like.
Because of the static. I hate that about the black oven door. The static, right? Like if you, especially if you've been turning it on and off for a couple of days a lot, like literally the hair will all just like gravitate towards it and stick to the front.
Well,
It,
and
it's
it's the worst
gross.
too because you clean it all off and it looks great. And then the sunbeam comes in and you're like, oh my God, there's every wipe mark. Like you can see how I did it. It's
That
just,
that
I don't
gets
know
me.
how kitchen cabinets always look like you threw a plate of food at them. And I'm like,
They,
I sit on the floor and clean those. I
I do it.
promise
I
you.
try to get the fingerprints off. Like I told you about the stainless steel, and then you clean it all off, and then you can see where you wiped, like the pattern that you wiped it and everything. So then I'm like up and down, trying to make it like look like and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I will never buy a refrigerator with that again, ever. It's the brushed stainless steel, like not the flat kind, but the brushed kind. That looks a I like that antiquier looking. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about? Like brushed aluminum instead of like flat stainless steel. So like behind my cooktop, I've got a metal plated wall like that was built on the bar. Like the bar's back there and it goes halfway up, and then in front of it there's all that, like, to make it nice and clean, it's like stainless steel so you can keep it. But keeping that looking like even and pristine is just freaking a disaster. Like I'll never do that again either.
Well, I have a
It's
stainless steel table I bought from a chef in my kitchen.
it must
And
be
he said, he goes, you know what? Just lean into the wear and tear on this.
mm-hmm.
If you like, he goes, from day one, don't try and get it to look pristine. And you'll love it so much more if you're not stressing about it. And he was right. Like I think about him every time I'm like wiping it down. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. Who cares? That is.
I got to that point with the back of it. I'm like, that's the way it should look. It's got to match the rest of the appliances. It looks better like that. Like, it looks better with the swirls and stuff in it. It does.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about that. John asked a question about Roombas. How good do they really clean? They're amazing. But the key is to the Roomba. First of all, you have to like let your Roomba go. do work. He's going to vacuum places you haven't vacuumed, like under your bed. I mean, not saying you never have, but on a regular basis, right? But you let him go and empty his little bin every day. And then in like 2 or 3 weeks, he'll have the place up to snuff. And
then it's
then
maintenance. Yeah.
you still send him out every day. But
Right.
you don't have to empty his little bin. I empty his bin every 2 days, and it's like barely full. There's nothing in it. But I like him to have a little clean bin, a nice clean filter, send him out, do his
every
work.
day. It's the consistency, and it does when you first start using them take a while. It does, especially if you have pets or a lot of furniture off the floor with legs and things like that, and things to get under, like beds, couches.
I refuse to buy anything that a Roomba doesn't fit under now. Except for I do have a couple of rugs in my house he can't go on. It's
My
too rough.
furniture in the front room has those like round chubby legs, which I'm a fan of, like the furniture that has the round, any kind of round or shaped big leg like that. Like, I just love it. And I don't like furniture that sits on the floor, except for my big steamer trunk table that I use, like coffee table I told you about, like for storage and for the games and everything. You can put your feet on it. That's what I use for a coffee table, because it can take anything. And it's huge, and it's like wicker and leather and brass, like all, like it's like everything. If you can imagine it, it is like everything. It's like wicker, leather trimmed, brass. Like it's pretty cool, and it's worn, like it's it looks old. It's kind of nice. I just like it. It's very homey looking.
I
And
mean,
so
that's
nobody,
my style too.
no, because I wanted something that, like, I didn't want it prissy. I wanted something that people, like, if you wanted to put your feet up, you put your feet up, and you're not afraid that you're going to hurt anything or do anything. But I have trays on it, like for stuff and things like that, that easily moved out of the way, and things.
Is your home casual enough people feel like they can lounge in it?
Yes, are you kidding? You walk in my living room, you can find children upside down on the couch, like playing video games. I would think it's pretty comfortable. Like, one of them is on the floor, his head's on the floor, and his feet are on the couch. I don't know how he does it, but that's how he plays video games. Like, yep. And I bought them those chairs, like those beanie chairs. You can sit it. I've got, like, in one of the areas, I've stored like gigantic pillows that you can throw all over the floor to sit around, especially if the fire's going in the winter. It is comfortable, but I want the floor clean enough that you feel like you can lounge anywhere and not get hair all over you.
Yeah.
There's like, I would say, although I like it to look a certain way, it still has a very comfy feel to it. Like it definitely looks lived in. It's definitely not pristine at any given time, because I'm not that. I don't believe in making anybody that uncomfortable, following them around with coasters or wiping off after them. Except for the toast crumb thing is kind of annoying to me. But I have learned to keep that to myself a little bit, and I do wait until they leave the room to go attack the crumbs, like, because it is a little off-putting while you're eating to have somebody scoop up crumbs around you.
That is a little off-putting.
So I have got that under control. Like, I've learned to make it more comfortable for people. I would say I go out of my way to make it as comfortable as possible, especially if someone's visiting or there. I am as hard ass as I am a nurturer at heart when it comes to the people I love. That is part of my love language. Food and whatever makes you happy and whatever makes you smile is all, like, it's just part of what I do. Yeah.
Are you a maximalist or minimalist?
Yeah, I need the definitions, like, in terms of what.
Just like around your house. Do you like a lot of stuff or not that much stuff?
I've been told I have too much stuff. I have been told that. I am not a minimalist, but I'm not so much I don't like stark homes. I find modern homes a little too cold for me, if you know what I mean. That clean, nothing anywhere. There's nothing on the counter, nothing on the tables. There's a light and a chair. There's not even a book near it. Like,
Yeah, but
no.
I kind of like nothing on the tables or the counter. I mean,
I
I have like
I have
stuff on my
certain
counter,
things
but
on the
like the
counter,
big
like
run, I'm like, keep
like
crap off there.
well, I do have like a set of nice canisters. I have shelves above my butcher block counter that have like copper bowls and cookbooks and things like that. I can't not have stuff like that. Like I want it out and usable. They're there because I use those cookbooks. The bowls are there because I use them every day if I make something. Like so I have things out. Like there are places where everything is put away, like totally, but I have everything almost. I actually use the things that I use on a regular basis as part of the decor.
Yeah,
So
that's what
like
I do too.
the mixing bowls are like I told you, like copper, okay? Because I wanted to accent some copper in it, like the things that I use. I also am one of those ones that has one of those metal kitchen grids that goes from wall to ceiling. I put four of them together. I put it over there by on the other side of an unusable wall by the refrigerator because the refrigerator door opens into it. And that is where I hang all of the stuff I use on a regular basis because it won't get like dirty because it's used regularly. Like the whisks and certain my stainless steel spatula stuff, it's got a little wire cup on it with the wooden spoons in it. It's got the favorite frying pans with the copper bottom. It's got the wok. It's got like all of that stuff. And it looks really nice. Like the stuff you use, I use for decor. It's all like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm in the middle. I'm definitely I don't put stuff all over the place just for decor. Like you won't find like empty canisters next to the kitchen sink or anything like that. Like how people do that or the
Oh
fake
yeah,
lemon.
I don't like
You're
that
not
stuff
gonna.
either.
You will never find a bowl of fake fruit in my house.
No, me
Okay,
either, or a fake
right?
plant.
Or a
Well, because
fake plant.
I look
Yeah,
at everything, I'm like, I don't want to clean that, so
right.
it's not coming in.
Exactly. Exactly. And it does make it when you have everything out, you do clean in a different way. Like part of my routine is wiping the shelves down, that are all around, and stuff like that.
Okay, now
Yeah.
what is the craziest thing in your house where like people are like, "What is that?" Do you have something like that?
I'm
Like
thinking
something unexpected?
there has been, um, but currently I'm trying to think like out in the public rooms. I cannot imagine. Okay.
Like, do you have anything like whimsical or like
Oh, I
silly?
do. I have an aluminum frog that sits right with his legs crossed and he's holding a coffee cup and he's meant for the garden. But I move him around from shelf to shelf all through the house and he sits on like the counter or the breakfast counter or the butcher block or somewhere, or he's on the mantle or he's on a side table or he's even up on a ledge, because I have some rooms that have like bookshelf ledge and stuff. Um, and I used to decorate them for the holidays. Like I would put like a green hat on him, like an Irishman for St. Patty's Day, and he'd have shamrocks. Valentine's Day, he's wearing a pirate hat with a red plume in it, and he's holding roses and like, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, so that was my whimsical, but I haven't done that in years because I'm a curmudgeon now. Like I am the bar humbug of the holidays. Like right now, for the last couple of years, I have been anti everything. Like I don't want to lift a finger. There will not be a light. There won't be a tree. Nope, nope. My merry ship has sailed, people.
And
It's gone, and I can't get it back. I don't know how.
now
But
that little frog is so sad.
he is. He's naked right now in his, well, not naked. He's still enjoying a cup of coffee, but he's been in the same corner shelf over the breakfast nook for about 2 years now. I have not moved him. I've
You
cleaned
should
him,
move
dusted
him.
him. No, that would mean I'm back in the spirit, and I'm not. I'm not.
Okay. You stay in that corner, little frog.
This way, he'll stay there until I like get back with the program, and I don't see me getting back with the program anytime soon. I don't.
I hate decorative pillows too, John. I mean, I have like 2 throw pillows on my couch, but I actually use them.
I mean,
Like if I take a nap or if I read, I like to put the pillow on my lap and like hold the book on the pillow.
I do hate those, like when they put that really big ass pillow on the chair that you want to sit in, and there's no room for you. And I'm not big. If there's no room for me to sit in that chair, that pillow shouldn't be there.
Exactly. I'm
like,
like, that's
like,
so annoying.
yeah, that does irk me too. I'm like, they don't have. I don't like decorations that don't have purpose. Like my decorative pillows are squishy, and you can
Yeah,
use
that's how
them.
mine are. Mine are like comfy. Like I bought
Mhm.
them because I was like, these are good napping pillows, but they also look good on my couch.
Mhm. Yes. Listen, when you walk into my bedroom in the king size bed, I want you to think I want to get in that bed. Not, oh gosh, aren't those the best pillows ever? Look at those 17 piles of decorative pillows in all shapes and
No,
stuff.
F that. I don't
Isn't
have
that
time
wicked?
for that.
I'm like, if I have time to do that, I have too much damn time. Like, that's it. Like, I've gone over the edge. I have been over the edge though, Juju.
Well, and
I
then
am.
you have to buy something, put the pillows in when you go to sleep. It's too much.
It
Like,
is way too much. It's too much effort. Like I want to like look at the bed and want to get into the bed. I want a bed to be comfortable.
mhm.
That's it. And I think decorating is a great thing, but decorating has to be useful. Like I like everything to be useful, and I will decorate with the
Stuff is
useful
meant to
items.
be used. That's what
Yeah.
I believe.
Listen, like on one of my coffee tables, there's an acrylic tic-tac-toe chess or checker set, and it also does Sudoku. Like if you turn it over, and I think and it's got a really nice carved box that keeps the pieces in it, and I think that's decorating, but it's also useful in
Yeah.
the game in the family room, like that kind of stuff, you know. Um, mm,
Yeah, I put the stuff I use out. Like I have a tray on my dining table. I call it my magic tray, but
yeah,
it's filled with stuff I love.
mm. I do. I like carved boxes and like really pretty things,
I
but they're
hide a lot of
useful.
stuff.
They
Like,
have stuff in them,
yeah,
like.
I dated a guy and he was like, I think you're a witch. And I was like, what are you talking about? Because if we were sitting on the couch, he would be like, oh, you know what I need? And I'd go, here it is. And he's like, where did that come from? And I'm like,
Mhm,
it's right in front of you. You just like, that's the beauty is I hid it in plain sight.
mhm. Yep. No, I do love that. I have like the extra pillow. I mean, John, I'm with you. Those two pillows, if you're going to put two pillows on the couch, make sure you can use them for taking naps and that they're comfortable. You can stuff them under your arm or put them behind your back or your head. Like, yeah, they got to be useful. I do like, decorating with color. I do want them to be nice. I may change them. I used to. I don't anymore. Now I use a neutral. It goes all year round. But I used to change them by the season, right, Juju? Like you get tired of your room, so like every couple of months you change some of the things in your room around, like some of the items and all, make it more spring, make it more winter, you know.
I don't really like winter/summer my house, but I have what I call a winter house. Like the inside is more comfortable in the winter, and the
Mm-hmm.
summer you spend outside. So in the
True.
summer you're like,
Mm-hmm.
this living room is odd. But
I will
like once it's
like
chilly, you're like, this living room's very cozy and comfy.
yeah. I would like to like I would decorate like because of the kids coming, like nieces and nephews and grandkids. I would decorate with like some bunnies or something around Easter, and I'd put a couple, like I have a stand-up iron bunny I'd put in a corner somewhere. There'd be like, just something that would just tell you the change of the season or what was going on, especially if people are visiting. I used to have a very popular house for the family, not anymore, but it used to be like that. And so when they came, it always looked inviting enough, like I knew what was going on and what we were doing. You know, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't
No, I know
kitschy.
what you mean.
I didn't do it like some people do, where they like change everything. Uh, but I would just like a little bit here and there. And especially that frog. That frog would have an egg in its coffee cup, a colored Easter egg. Okay. And I did, yes, I did use pipe cleaners, some felt, and some glue, and made him his own set of ears. And yes, I did attach it to that frog's head.
I like it.
But the kids loved it. And like I forgot to tell you that sometimes like he wore like headbands that had like little antenna things of different things on them, you know.
Do you know
Like
when I was growing up, there was like a cement goose at my neighbor's house.
And they decorate it, right?
Yeah, and like if it was raining, they put a little raincoat on him.
Oh, that's so cute. Did he have an umbrella? Oh God, tell me he
Sometimes
had
he had an
one.
umbrella.
Oh,
He
oh,
had
good.
like he dressed for all the holidays, but then he just had different outfits. And my mom and I would go down there and look at that goose all the time. We're like, "Did you see the goose today?" Like,
Oh gosh, when I first got my Riley dog, my Riley Indigo, she was such an active puppy. I had to walk her 6 or 7 times a day, and often I would take the grandchild with me, right? And he loved finding all the statues in people's yards and stuff like that. And he would walk by and go, "There's the bunny house, like there's the goose house, like that." They was so I used to applaud those people who decorated like that, and the ones who actually went all out for the holidays and everything, and would dress up their statuary. These kids love that stuff, and it really encourages them to get to know their neighborhood and things like that, and it can be fun if you're just taking a walk.
yeah, it's
I
so
enjoyed it.
fun.
I
I
enjoyed
wish
it.
I was one of those people, but I'm not. I'm like,
I'm not. No, you won't find that in my yard, but I do appreciate it when other people do it, especially if you've got small kids around. Like it's just nice. I'm sure that that's who they do it for. I can't imagine. Well, actually, I did enjoy it too, Juju, and so did you. So I guess they do it for people like us.
I know.
But I'm just like, it's just much
I
more
think you
fun to
figure out
the
people are
joy.
coming by to like look at your little goose dressed up. So then you get into it, you know?
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
like
I have.
the reason we found the house with the goose is because my mom always got their TV guide in the mail. So
Mhm.
we would have to take it back down to them. And then we'd be like, there's a goose at that house and he's dressed different every time I go.
I have a neighbor who makes a little vignette in their front yard with a wicker chair and a side table and like this hanging lamp thing, and they change it like multiple times a year on who's sitting in it, what's going on, how it's decorated. Like for example, it was just Thanksgiving, so behind the wicker chair would be like the stalks, the corn, like big
Corn
corn
stalks.
stalks on sticks, and there'd be a hay bale next to it. There'd be pumpkins all around. There might be a scarecrow sitting in the chair, or something stuffed. They made it really nice. And they would put like they would even put like different things on the table, like it was eating and drinking stuff. Like, a bottle of wine and a big plastic wine glass in like some fake cheese, or like, in the fall, of course, there would be a piece of pie or some cookies, you know. It-
I mean,
Chris,
I appreciate that, but also what?
crazy. Well,
Like,
at
I would
Christmas,
never do it.
yeah,
I
at
would be like
Christmas,
all into it the first time
yeah.
you set it up, and then I'd be like, I'm never touching this again.
I know, but they put Santa in the chair at Christmas time, and they hang Christmas lights from all of the poles behind it and everything, and they decorate it. And they put like a big thing that looks like milk, and they put Christmas cookies on the table. Like it
Do
is
they
really
have
kind of cute.
like candy that you can go get from the table or anything?
No, I always thought, like, I think they maybe do that on Halloween, but I didn't see it this year for Halloween, like when I drove by.
Do
Well,
you know I live by a guy who his entire front yard is a model train track.
what? That
Yep.
is awesome. Does it
And
run? Does
yeah,
it turn on?
it runs. And at like Halloween, it's got like a waterfall. And at Halloween, he dyes the waterfall red like it's blood. And all
Mhm.
the little passengers on the train are wearing costumes. And he puts like superheroes throughout the town. And it has a little drive-in movie theater with like a tiny, like it might be like a 13-inch TV. I don't know. It's
I don't
small.
know.
And it's got little cars like parked in front of it, and it'll show like
Wow.
a horror movie at Halloween. At Christmas, Santa drives the train, and
Wow.
it
That's
shows
kinda
like
cool.
Christmas movies.
Does it show Polar Express or something like that? Like about trains? That would be cool.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
different movies depending on the day you go. And he's
Uh-huh.
got benches. You can like sit on the bench and watch the trains, and he gives
That's
you
awesome.
peppermints.
He gives you peppermints?
Hmm.
Oh, wow. This guy's really into it.
Yeah,
That is.
it's
Yeah.
and his whole street like decorates for Halloween
Mhm.
or for Christmas. I mean, like decorates.
Mm.
Like there's a house that looked like a pirate ship with like skeletons climbing up the side of it.
Oh, wow. He really gets into it. Like they really do.
Yeah. And they have like fire pits on all the driveways.
Mm.
So really like, and
That's nice. At Halloween, a lot of my neighbors, well, when I first moved here, they did that. They decorated, they had the fire pits going in their driveway. We all went by for snacks and everything. We talked. But it's not like that anymore. I think all the kids grew up and left and everybody just stopped doing it. John, I got a question. Like if I was rich, I would actually put some sculpture and stuff in my yard too. I think it's great. Like I fantasize about redoing my backyard that way, like making it the ultimate playground. But would you decorate the large metal dragon for the seasons?
for the
Like,
holidays,
yeah, for any seasons, like the 4 seasons or any holidays or anything.
the
Like,
correct answer is yes.
well, no, John might not. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to tell him what's correct or not. I'm just honestly, like,
I mean, I would love to drive by the dragon on a regular basis, but I would love that dragon even more if I was like, look at his hat today.
Mm-hmm. Give me something extra to look at to notice. But I would also, if it was my dragon, I could see me getting like extremely bored and off of it really quick. Because like I am off of the frog. I'm not decorating the frog anymore or the house. Like I'm done with it. Like he's just not. He's just not.
My friend took a whole bunch of like scrap stuff from his garage and he made a giant robot and put it in his front yard. And it even had light up eyes.
Oh, awesome.
And he did it for Halloween.
It's cool any time of year.
I'm like, I should find a picture of it because it is darn cool. And then I tried to get him. I was like, leave it out there and you have to dress that thing up for every holiday.
I think I would like that. Well, you know what? I missed this comment before and I'm going to put it up now. But Varian said when we were talking about house decorations, he visited a house last week and it had photos of 80s naked women in poster all throughout the house. At least he doesn't have to change it for the seasons. Like that's consistent. But I give people credit who take their decorating style throughout the whole house instead of from room to room. Like I dig it, especially around the holidays. I used to like if you were going to use white lights, you use white lights everywhere inside the house, which I did. I had icicle lights hanging in the kitchen from the crown molding in front of the cat. Like, yes, it was crazy. And I had the same rope garland around the windows and the doorways with the white lights on it in every room, in the mantle. Like it all matched. And I liked it like that. But I don't know. Like I said, I think I got off the holidays because the holidays became too damn much. I live alone. Who am I decorating for all these white lights? Like, I don't care. It either's going to stay up all year or it ain't going up. You know what I mean?
I actually love decorating day. I'm like, oh, this is joyous. And like put everything out. And then I'm like, son of a bitch, I have to take this all down. And I do not want to.
If I didn't live alone and whoever I lived with enjoyed it, I would do it. Like, if my partner asked me for a Christmas tree, I am going to make the best damn Christmas tree ever. But until then, nope. Not going to do it.
Well, literally every year I'm like, I'm going to do a Christmas tree. And then I never do because I live alone. And then I'm like, I regret not doing a Christmas tree. Next year I'm going to do a Christmas tree. And then this is the time of year where I'm like, well, I don't know. That's a lot of work. And then you got to dispose of it. And
exactly. I every year I got a real tree. And actually, how long to keep it up, watering it every day without disturbing the decorations. And when you have a cat, oh my God. You know how many times I found that cat inside the tree? Like, oh gosh. But, and then just like when to undecorate it and actually get it out there before all the needles fall off all over your house. And you still, no matter how much you clean, I have hardwood floors and carpets and you're still finding a needle here and there all the way through April and Easter.
Oh, I know. And I think that's why I quit with the tree too. Because first of all, it was pine needles that broke my last vacuum.
They are a menace. They get into everything. And
they hurt when you step on them.
And they have a way of weaving themselves into fabric and stuff. Like, yeah.
And it,
because
like
of
you
the
said,
pointy little
I'll
ends.
be like, it's June. How are there Christmas tree needles in here?
Yeah, somebody mentioned glitter in another Discord server the other day, and we had a birthday party years ago at my house, and we had these little pop glitter bombs to use in the yard, like that you toss in, like they exploded and glitter flew everywhere, like it was like a game. Somebody lit one off in the middle of the dining room. And I'm telling you, I still to this day, and this was years ago. I think my
Oh,
grandchild was only like 3 years old
I
at the
believe
time.
it.
And I'm telling you, occasionally, if you walk through my dining room with bare feet, and I have these dark hardwood floors, like,
Yep.
you will feel something, and then you'll go and look at the bottom of your foot, and God damn it, if there won't be a little spot of square glitter there. And I'm like, that was so long ago. Like, you know how many times those floors have been cleaned? Like, where did that come from? Glitter is an invasive disease you never get rid of.
Yep.
Glitter is an infection, people. Like,
It's the herpes
once
of the craft world.
it is, once you've been glittered, you are doomed for the rest of your life to inexplicitly at random points of time just to be glittered for no reason at all. You will have shiny stuff in places you never thought of, and you will have no idea how it got there. It shouldn't be there. The last time you were exposed to glitter was like 12 years ago, but damn, glitter, glitter, and I swear it multiplies. It is non-dying.
No,
Like,
it does multiply. And it's like, even if you were at someone else's house and you come home and you're like, darn it, the glitter followed me. I have seen that guy, John, the glitter bombs.
yeah.
He
Oh
does it
yes,
for
you
the
can.
scammers.
Yeah, you send glitter bombs to people you don't like. Yes. Have you seen the one where the butterflies pop out of the box with the candy or the cakes? Like they make glitter bombs like that to send to people that just blow up on them. Like that is absolutely cruel. Can you
That
imagine?
is cruel.
Can you imagine thinking it's like something nice somebody sent you and you open it up and your house and yourself get doused with glitter? Like, no, no, no,
I
no,
would
no.
be so livid with you. So
I
livid.
just I am never sending you glitter. Nope, I'm never doing it. I'm never sending anybody glitter.
I
It's
refuse to buy glitter. First of all, it's terrible
Mhm.
for the environment.
It really is. And my nieces were obsessed with glitter glue. Like they wanted, like for all the crafts, they wanted to use glitter glue. They make glitter glue pens. They, just yeah. They
Do you
they
know
used
what
to
industry uses the most glitter?
what?
The auto industry and the paint.
Oh, for metallic shimmer. Yeah, I would
Mhm.
imagine. Well, it can be there because at least if it's trapped in the paint, it ain't getting out to hurt anybody. And
Exactly.
I ain't gonna find it stuck to my butt cheek one day, like, and have to try to explain it. Like, what? I don't know how that glitter got here. Where were you? How'd you get glitter on your butt? Like, I
It
don't know
does
what
make
you're
me laugh when someone walks in and you're like, you have a piece of glitter on your face.
like right underneath your eye on the top of your cheek, right? Like, I have no idea
And
how
they're
it
like,
got
what? I
there.
haven't touched glitter in 2 years.
You're
Where
like,
that
they're
came
like,
from.
they're like, sure, Jen, okay. You don't have to tell me the truth. I mean, that's your private life. I don't need to know. It's like too much. Oh my god. Yeah. It's like, oh gosh. Yeah. Mm. Oh god, John, I would not this would
Oh
that
no.
I have a special file for those kind of applications. It's called circular. It's next to the disk sitting on the floor.
Yes.
Yes, that's why I wouldn't even read it. I would be like, nope. I have had to hire a lot of people in my career, my former career, and I would tell you if you used color ink, out. If it's handwritten, out. Yeah, no. If you had, no, no. Like this is
You
just my
used a
weeding
glitter
process.
pin.
Yeah, glitter pen, that would be a double out. That would be I might actually pass that one around the office first before I threw it out. But yeah, nope, tossed, you know. The
That's also
girl,
the kind of person that's like, I don't understand why no one will hire me. And you're like,
yeah. And I just want to put a myth to rest here. for a while there was this thing going around. If you put a personalized note on the front of your resume, it's going to get read faster.
Nope.
And I'm like, nope, because yeah, I'm a goddamn professional. I do not have any time for your flake platitudes and your freaking manipulation tactics.
Do you
Let me
know,
just
I
tell you.
agree. And I'm like, don't even send a cover letter into me
That's
because
right.
that's
Cover
bullshit. I don't
letters
care.
are bullshit. I'm telling you, in my whole life, I never read the cover letters. I don't care. I don't
No.
have time for that. I'm a professional. I'm looking for key qualities. Focus on the real deal, please. Forget the smoke and mirrors. I'm not hiring smoke and mirrors. I'm hiring for a specific need. And that's what I'm looking for in your resume. And if it's not, and if it's more than one sheet, don't bother to send it in. And there's nothing wrong with customizing your resume to the place you're going for. If
Yep.
you've got 2 degrees, one in English lit and one in computer technology, if you want to be an instructor at the high school, go in for the English lit one, list it, say there's other degrees, but don't put the little paragraph about it, okay? But and then if you're going for a computer tech job, list the other one. Like customize it for where you're going. Actually, don't waste my goddamn time. I don't need to sit through your whole damn life to find out if you're going to fit here. Tell me why you fit here. I want one page with what you think is pertinent for this job, period. Anything else? Circular file. Like I'm brutal. I'm just brutal. Don't waste my time.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. But I would
Yeah.
hire people who didn't like if they had a good, well-rounded like base knowledge of whatever, but
Mhm.
didn't have any knowledge of the job I wanted to hire them for. I would be like, I like that because I can train you to be what I want you to be.
Yeah, because you're looking also for base skill, right? You're
Mhm.
looking for trainability, but that's a certain way to look at a resume, right? Like you weren't looking for a specific skill. You were looking for somebody that was fitting, trainable to learn the skill you needed them because your skill was custom, correct?
Yep.
And there's not that many people that could say, I worked with that skill for 15 years and you should hire me, right? Because first of all, we don't, most of the time, we're not looking to hire the top end. We want you to get there, but we want you to grow with the company. We got to think of budget too. Like, I got to get you there cost effective. So,
Well, and sometimes
yeah.
too, I didn't want to untrain what other people had trained into you.
Exactly. And, because they're going to want top dollar, it's going to upset the apple cart. They're going to come in knowing too much and maybe not want to do it your way. I get that. I totally get that. And there is just a way to look at resumes, but I would get so upset with these companies that are out there like, we can get you the job. Just follow these 5 steps. And I'm like, nope, 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 nope. Let me tell you how to really do it. And I am being honest. Like I have hired a lot of people in my life and none of those techniques they're telling you about work. You get circular file. You want to know why you wasted your money on that program? Because your resumes are going in the garbage. Nobody's reading them. I get stacks and stacks of resumes. And I want people that are just as being concise and not wasting my time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Who's Boogie 2098?
I don't know, but
Because he got a perfect resume. I hate resume. I hate all that bullshit. I hate like the interviews. Like, just why are we doing this fake crap? You know what I mean?
John's glitter friend. I love this. He's like, he had a friend that they go clubbing, and most of the time he'd end up with glitter on him by the end of the night. 90% of the time, he had no idea where it came from. I told him he was so gay, he must be sweating glitter. You could, right, Jen? Because he wasn't offended, because he probably laughed his ass off. Like, yes, I would. Yeah, yes. Oh.
Yeah, exactly, John. Have someone brand new sit with multiple people being shown different ways to do things.
Yeah, no set pattern, right? They're all doing it different, and it's the same job, and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? Conflicting information. I hate that. Luckily enough, I was in charge of how people got trained, and there was definite. Everybody got trained the same, so that you couldn't go through your probationary period and come out without the basic knowledge of the job. Yeah, Moist Critical went over it. I'll have to go look. Brilliant. Is it an older video? Because that sounds interesting. He says Boogie has a perfect resume and that Moist Critical went over it. And that might be something I want
Is
to
it
look
just
at.
bullet points? Because I'm like,
Mhm.
knows how to use a computer.
I do know who Boogie was. Like, I wasn't going to tell you. Like, he was a streamer, and there was like this big scandal with him one time with being in like an altercation with another streamer, and he was going to shoot him if he came to his door. And a whole bunch of
And
back.
then he went to his door, didn't he?
He did, and the guy almost got shot, but they ended up working it out, and they're kind of like friends, I guess now, or at least they're can talk to each other and stuff. But it was a whole big thing at one time.
This is such a dumb story.
And now Boogie is kind of like getting hit because he is dating an adult, but because he's older, and this woman is an adult, she's in her 20s. Okay, she has her mind. Would you agree, Juju? And if she wants to date a almost 50-year-old man, like why not? I don't see why people are going at him like this because this is not like she's 18. It's not like she's 17. Like this is an adult, and they leave it alone. Like,
yeah, who cares? Like,
who cares?
Also, does it impact your life at all? No.
No, it doesn't. It's sour grapes. I think most of the people complaining are just because they, like the same way they would complain about Keem because he's older and his girlfriend's in her early 20s. I mean, if they get along and that's the lifestyle and that's fine, whatever. Like, leave them alone. They're not hurting anybody. That's legal. That's consent. Go away. Just knock it off. Yeah. I'm just
maybe get some hobbies or interests. So you're not busy worrying about other people dating people.
Yeah. He listed all. It's just silly. He said the resume is silly. He just listed all the faults and no pros. I actually would want to talk to that person.
I would bring that person in too.
I would say, what kind of week am I having? Do I have time? Because that could be fun. Like, I might bring them in.
Because that's sort of the person you want to have working for you, where you're like, this guy will tell me what's up.
Yeah.
And really, that's what it should be.
I think it might be the low-cal guy. Yes, I think it might be. Yeah, because the secret interview video that was like taken out by somebody else, held it hostage. Like, Keem just put it up on the channel. So yeah, John, you and I know too much about these, don't we? John, we just know just enough to make it sound like, yeah, Boogie and Keem and all of that. Like, it's not a circle I hang in. I'm just like loosely aware of all this stuff, but it's pretty funny. Yeah.
You know what I like is I'm like, I have no idea. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I do know that story.
Oh,
I mean,
go ahead.
No,
sorry. No, I was just gonna say, hi, student. It's nice to see you here. Thank you for coming. Yep. He's no Sniper Wolf. Listen, Sniper Wolf. Oh my God! Don't even get me started on that girl. Yeah, she not right, student. Like, she not right. She's actually kind of contrarian. But go ahead.
Is she still on YouTube?
Yeah.
I thought she
of course she is. She's a YouTube darling. They demonetized one channel and let her put up everything the same on another. Like, no problem. Like, yeah,
okay.
they ain't doing crap about her. But she is getting a lot of heat from other people because she's using other people's content and not really making actual content, and she's getting a lot of heat for stuff in just the way she retaliates in some of the contrarian things that she's done. Now people are getting into her personal life about whether she was married or not to the guy. They found out that the guy she said she wasn't married to, she was married to the whole time. He was the producer of the show, who really owns the channel. Like, it's a whole big nasty thing. Like,
yeah, but who cares? Like,
nobody. It's just like YouTube drama stuff that just filters through. Like, I really don't care. You know when I care? When I can point and laugh at it on my What the F show. That's about it. That's about it.
I know.
Like, if it's
I say that, and then I did spend like hours the other day. I'm like, what's
and then you come over
watching videos?
Then you come over to my show, hear about it, and like, hey, I gotta find out about this. Okay. Like, we all say we don't care, but it is actually entertaining. That's about as far as I'll get into the drama. I don't get into the personal drama with people. But when they're that big and there's all that YouTube drama, like, I know I'm not causing them any harm by saying anything, like, so I might. And I do often, because damn, if you're going to hang your ass out like that, of course I'm going to point at it and laugh. I mean, what else am I going to do? Seriously.
Yeah. Okay, Sniper Wolf played video games, but really it was the guy playing, and she
Yeah,
pretended.
yes, this is how she got famous. They thought she was such an excellent video gamer, and she's, of course, gorgeous, and of course, really shows off the boobs like all the time.
Yeah, but
Typical.
what
All
a
right,
brilliant grift!
and
I say get
yeah,
on Sniper Wolf.
come for me, YouTube, because I'm gonna say that's the status quo for like VTubers, like the YouTubers, like girls going out there trying to make their channel. They know how it's done. They do it. They play the game. Whatever. That's for them. I wouldn't do it, but that's them. They can do it. They get a lot
Yeah,
of heat for it, but they do also get a lot of numbers for it. So like they don't give a shit. Okay, it's theirs. They can do whatever they want with it. But to actually lie about your skill as an actual gamer, like bullshit, Sniper. Well, your tits can't even cover up that kind of shit. Like that's just foul. That's just wrong. I
but
don't care how
you know what
gorgeous
is
you are.
equality is she
Yeah.
could have been out there being like, guys, I'm not actually playing this, someone else is,
Yeah.
and just like tell the truth the whole time. People would not believe you. You
No,
know?
I would have appreciated it more. Like, because here's the thing. Use the system, everything to your best. But now you're actually lying and manipulate. You make other women who are actually trying to be gamers look bad when you do that shit. Like you needed a man to actually get those numbers. Like the hell with you, Sniper. You're nobody's friend.
Well, she could have hired
Yeah.
a woman to play behind the scenes. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's not it. She actually said it was her. Like if she had just shut up about it and never said it was her and just let people assume, I might be okay with it because like bad on them. Like she didn't really do anything wrong. She never said it was her. Well, she actually came out and said it was her and it wasn't. And that's what I have an issue with.
Oh yeah, that is bullshit.
Yeah. John, I have not bought Cyberpunk because I don't have the new computer yet. But I promise you, that is one of the first games I'm going to get, John, when I get a computer that can handle it, because you have totally turned me on to Cyberpunk, especially with the avatar that you sent me. John made me a Cyberpunk avatar, and god damn am I a badass. And I can't wait to play that character. Like I want to play that character so bad. Like it's a shooter game, like in a futuristic kind of thing. Like
So you just walk around and shoot things?
Not things, like it's got storyline and everything. It's much more involved than that. It's much more involved than that.
John, do you work for Cyberpunk? You can buy it now and install it later.
John and I want to play Cyberpunk so bad. John, as soon as I can get it, like we are going to play. Like we're going to, like it's going to be free time hell. Like, yep. I can't wait to play that bad.
Will you guys stream it? And I will come in and I'll be your gamer gal in chat.
You know what? If I get a computer that I can play Cyberpunk on, damn straight, I'm going to start using my Twitch and my Kick accounts. I will stream those games. Yeah. Yes, you heard it here first. Bear's insane. Yes, I did just say that.
Wait, you can also beat people with fist, bots, throw knives, and even a vibrating dildo.
Exactly, and I loved it. My character is like so badass. It just looks like a knife thrower, like a natural art. My character looks like knife throwing would be an actual natural art form for them. Like I'm just like yes. You have to see this thing. It's like really great. But I don't see there's anything wrong with streaming gaming. If you're gonna, I find it to be relaxing to watch the gaming a little bit. Like, of course, everybody knows Wrecker streams gaming, and I'll go up there sometimes with him and keep him company. And I do like watching some of these games. I think the Lies of P game is very well done. Like the visualizations, the storyline, and everything. I like it. It's not just a violence game. There is a lot of violence. He has to kill a lot of things. But it's very challenging and it's not really that easy. I enjoy it. He also did that robot game, right? The Armored Core 6 came out and he got that and he did it. And you were there, Juju. It was entertaining to watch the battles, to watch all the different builds that he would create to try to attack like certain things. It was a little more strategic. It was entertaining.
And then I would take what Wrecker said on his stream and I went to another gamer chat and pretended like I knew what was happening.
Yeah, she became a gamer girl in like 15 minutes flat. It went over there.
They busted me. I'm like, I don't know. I can't answer your questions anymore. Wrecker hasn't gotten there yet.
Oh gosh, like John says he's actually played my avatar already. So some more clothes so I can change out. John, you're like the best mate ever. Oh my God, John. He actually played my avatar so I can have more clothes to change into. You know me so well, John. Oh my God. Like, so excited about
Building
this.
up your closet for you.
John, like, we're going to be cyberpunk mates. Yes, we are. Like, yeah. I can't wait to throw knives at you, John. Like, it's gonna be great. I'm serious. I can't wait. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like, I look forward to having a bit. You know, the only thing, like, granted, my system will stream and stuff like that, but the problem is my video card sucks. My video card in memory sucks on this system, and that's why I have trouble with, videos displaying during streams sometimes, and it cannot handle a game at all. Elden Ring, I've heard about that, student. It does sound cool.
Well,
I
then
can
you
tell I can tell you one thing I won't be doing. Like, I've watched a lot of Osmond Gold, especially people how they die in WoW. And like, it's just too much for me. I don't think I'll ever be a WoW player. That's World of Warcraft. I don't think I could ever do it. Yeah.
once again, you're in a world I do not understand.
Oh, I know it's single players, John. I'm going to just pick a character that reminds me of you and throw knives at it.
I've heard of Baldur's Gate, and I
Yeah.
would like it if it's D&D style.
And D&D style is you play with groups of people. Like, I am looking for a game that a group of us can play. Like,
Does anyone in chat play D&D? Because I have to level my character up, and I don't know what spells to choose. So, message me if you have any advice. I mean, the guys that I play with said they would help me. But it's so many spells to go through. At any rate, D&D. I love it.
D&D is good. My God, did you look at the time? How did that go like that?
I don't know. I mean, how did we talk for 47 hours last night?
For
It just happens.
What's with you with the 45 minutes and the 47 hours? Like, I exaggerate, but when you exaggerate, like, you do it like primo to the hilt, like maximum. Like, you turned 45 seconds into 45 minutes the other day.
45 seconds. No, it was longer than that.
All right, maybe 4 minutes, 50 seconds. Okay, it was kind of long, I will admit, because we were like, but it wasn't 45 hours. You made me laugh so hard I had to go to the loo. Like, oh God, it was like, no. I don't know.
I mean, the big numbers make me laugh because it's so exaggerated.
But we didn't talk for 47 hours last night. We did talk for a really long time, though. We talked almost 10, like, from like, what was it, like a little after 2 a.m. till 9:30 in the morning. Like, that's a long time. That's 7 hours. All right, so you got one of the numbers right.
That's like a whole work day we talked.
We did. It was like a whole day of like stuff we should have been doing stuff. Like, but no,
we should have been sleeping. We talked the whole time I should have been in bed.
Right, and I was supposed to be like doing stream research and making thumbnails for the week and stuff. I did nothing.
No, I didn't do any. Okay, this whole Thanksgiving weekend, the only productive thing I did was I did dust one room of my home. That is it. The rest of the time, I have been a fucking off, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, Vermilion's calling us out. Yep, says the two people who came on stream saying they talked till 10:30 a.m. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And Vermilion, true to course, we didn't talk not once about the stream or YouTube or for future plans or anything. Wait, that's not true. I think we may have had a 15-minute conversation about a future stream about something. Was it? But it was short.
Oh, we did.
It was really short.
I forgot about that.
It was kind of short. Like we didn't really go into great detail of it. We came up with a couple of ideas and we shelved it for next time. Like, we'll talk about it later. And we moved on to something else. It was
yeah, because we were like, who else would do it? We don't know. Let's talk about something fun.
But John, brownies are always an achievement. They're a great reward. So like you did do something very productive there. You know.
Keep eating those plague brownies.
Oh, and student, he said he's got to remove a live bird. The cat just brought into house. Yes, I would
love
just, like,
cats so much.
get on that. I mean, the cat will play with it until it's dead. Like, you ever notice they just play with something and play with something and play with something and scare it to death? Like, it's terrible.
Cats are the only other animal besides humans, I believe, that murder for fun.
And here's our proof that Verillion did cuddle Snowball all weekend. I'm telling you, people, Verillion actually prefers the cat over JuJu and I now, and it's quite insulting. Like, it's a thing. He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to.
He'll be like, guys, I gotta go. Snowball's here.
God, I get Snowball's here for the weekend. See y'all later. Like, what? But I mean, to each his own. I'm glad he gives you comfort, and I'm getting a great kick out of it. But like, I just make a joke out of it. They're like, "Where's Verillion?" I said, "Verillion prefers the cat over us right now, so we're just gonna have to deal."
Turns out Snowball showed up.
Snowball, he gets all the attention. Yes, but he's a lovable cat. He deserves the attention.
Then he'll be like, "You guys, Snowball's not here for a couple days, so I do have time for you."
Oh,
I respect it.
I do too, and I'm only teasing. I have no problem with it. I think it's great, actually. I mean, we miss talking to you, but we get it. Like, Snowball. I mean, who could compete with Snowball? Those brownies were made with devil John. Oh my God, I love rich brownies like that. The richer, the better. Now I'm
How'd you make
hungry.
them with food cake mix? What do you do? Just put
Oh,
oil?
you don't know. That's it. Okay, here's a little secret. You know how on brownie mix, it's always just oil and eggs, very little water, right?
Yes.
Just use the measurement for the brownie mix, for the water, the eggs, and oil, and put it in the devil's food. You'll get a brownie.
Really?
A brownie is really just like cake mix that doesn't cook all the way, and it's like over oiled. It's just more oil than usual. Okay. Shh. Don't tell everybody. That's a baker's secret.
First of all, I have devil's food cake mix in my house right now.
Search on the internet. Turn my cake mix into brownie mix. It will come up with the amount of oil you need to do it.
Okay. I will do that. Because I use it. That's what I make my chocolate cake with. And I use the pumpkin with it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I love adding things like that to brownies to keep them moist. Like I will add, whole cranberry sauce. Like I make my own, I told you, right? I will add like a can's worth of whole cranberry sauce to brownie mix and cut the water out and just add some of the oil in the egg. Damn, are they good. Because it is true that certain tartar fruits enhance chocolate like incredibly. Like it just made it more chocolatey. It doesn't taste fruity. You don't taste any cranberry in it. It just makes the chocolate deeper and darker. It's
really like putting espresso in there.
Like putting an espresso in there. You know how you don't really taste the coffee, but it kind of enhances it. There's also a dry type of of chocolate, like cocoa powder. That is the dark black one.
I saw that, and I thought
it is worth it. John. Buy it. It is so worth it. If you added 1 teaspoon of that to your brownie mix, they would be the blackest, darkest, chocolatiest brownies you ever had.
Okay, because I saw that on a YouTube channel, and she said that it makes the cookies taste like Oreos. Is that true?
If you made her cookie recipe, maybe a sugar cookie, it does have that chocolatey taste like that. It makes them dark like that. I think that is a more of how they look than what they taste like.
Because she was making like Halloween cookies. So she made Halloween sugar cookies.
Right. So she's got a basic sugar recipe, and she's going to get the look of the Oreo, that dark look. You can't get that black chocolate look.
Yeah, it does black. It was cute.
If you use enough of it, you do get that. But as far as the flavor, it depends on how you sweeten it, how you change the chocolate, and what kind of chocolate it tastes like. Oreo chocolate, is a certain type of sweetness, right?
Yep.
And so you would have to match that to make it taste like the Oreo. So I guess her sugar recipe does. I would follow her recipe because just adding it is not going to turn anything into an Oreo. No.
Well, I don't really want a giant
No,
Oreo
no.
sugar cookie.
That's it's unsweetened. So I assure you, adding it to your brownies is not going to turn them into an Oreo. It's
That's
not.
why I was afraid of it.
No,
And like
that's
when
why
I posted it in Discord a while back, and you were like, "This stuff's delicious. It's in my pantry," and I'm like,
it's in my
"What?"
pantry all the time. It's something I will not run out of because I use it to make my banana bread, my deep dark chocolate banana bread with coconut sugar instead of regular sugar, which is like low glycemic index. It's like a diabetic friendly sweet. It's delicious. It's great to give kids because they don't get hyperactive. If you're watching calories, and it's decadently good, like disgustingly good. Like it is
Like
the
with
most.
a cup of coffee, amazing.
Like anybody comes to my house at any time, like, and they're going to visit, they're like, I don't care. Like, put the coffee on. Did you make the banana bread? Did you make the chocolate banana bread? And I'm
Dude,
like,
that's phenomenal to have a recipe like that.
it is. And I can make it with frozen, when bananas get really, really ripe, I freeze them to save for banana bread. I can make it with those, even though when they defrost, they're a little mushy. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Like, this recipe is foolproof. You make it in a loaf pan, like bread, and it's quick to mix up one bowl in the thing, and it's done. In as long as you have, like, I like to add mini chocolate chips on the top of it to sink in a little bit for the kids, But
Yeah.
all you have to do is sprinkle a little powdered sugar. It's gorgeous. Yep. And it's so dark and good, and it's like banana bread, like healthy. It's amazing. Because I
Well,
use
bread is
healthy
like banana
flours.
cake, isn't it? I mean, it's like
But
real sugar.
it is like it's like a coffee cake. Banana bread is not real sugary, but I use coconut sugar. Have you ever used coconut sugar instead of real sugar?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, it tastes like brown sugar a little bit. It's got and
I
it is very low glycemic index. In other words, it doesn't go straight into extra calories. It's good. You know what I mean? It's nutritional. It's a sweetener that kind of like some of the other ones that does not add a lot of spikes, to your blood sugar. So it's nice for kids and the elderly and things like that.
Well, and
And
I
I
prefer
just
brown sugar, like brown sugar cookies over.
then you would love it. I mean, it's expensive. It's not something I buy in bulk or anything, but I do have it around for baking that bread and for using in cookies and stuff. Certain recipes, like I like to swap it out. It was
Like, do
something
you make cookie dough and then freeze it so you can just make like
I
one
do.
cookie?
I do that with when I cook for the holidays when people came before I became, the Grinch, or Scrooge or whatever you want to call me. I would make so many different kind of cookies. Making cookies was something we started in September for the Christmas holidays, and we made like the white chocolate cranberry and everything. We rolled them into balls, freeze them so that we could just like the week before Christmas, just like bake off all the cookies, like as much as we could. And some cookies you can actually freeze in their undecorated state and then take them out, defrost them. They'll be fresh. Like mandolins, you can do that with. It's so great. Like I make lemon and citrus mandolins. I make vanilla ones dipped in chocolate, stuff like that.
Do you know certain cookies? Like, I love a frozen chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, I mean, we do the dough like that. And then when the younger ones visited more often, I always had a bag of dough balls of something in the freezer that I could pop into the oven. I told you, it's my love language. You're coming over to my house, you're going to walk in, it's going to smell like I just made you something because I most likely just did. But I'm prepared ahead of time. Like I make it easy on myself. It takes 12 minutes to bake a chocolate chip cookie from a frozen ball.
Well, and I love a frozen chocolate, like the frozen dough balls, because if I just want one or two cookies, I can bake them. And I have a tiny little cookie sheet. And I'm like, doop, boop.
These are the things you learn. Like when you like food, and I love changing recipes. I like to entertain with food. I like making people happy, feeding them with good smells, comfortable places to sit, something nice to drink, and really good food, But I mean,
I need to up my food game. I'm not a bad cook, but
I know Mrs. Cassandra, I'm sorry. Talk to your chef if he's not making you love language food. Like, I'm sorry. I don't have time to go down there and cook for you. I did the best I could. I got you a maid. I got you a chef. I just don't have the time to hang out in the basement all the time. Like, I do love you, boo. I did the best I could. I did what I could.
First of all, I'd
And
like
on
to
that,
talk to John. I've got a big beef with you, sir. You come in here, you fill my mind with delicious sweet treats, and then you leave.
exactly, right? But on that, I think we should. I think we're over our time. We're gonna go. Hey, rabbits.
Hey, rabbits. Feed me, Seymour. Feed
I'm,
me.
don't take it personal, but we're out of here now. Like, it's not just
Yep.
because you showed up, but
We're like rabbits this year.
we're
Let's
leaving.
blow
Yeah,
this joint.
we're out. And yes, what I love about John is I can't think of John. I can't think of mint and chocolate without thinking John. Hey, Karen, I'm
I
glad you
can't think
like
of
the chat.
Oreos without thinking about John.
I can't think of Oreos without thinking about you and some of the horrible things I had to eat to do that stream. Oh my god. I did go
I blame
overboard.
John for it.
No, I did go overboard because I harassed you guys so bad for not talking about Oreos during the Oreo stream that if I was going to be up there with you doing an Oreo stream, by golly, it was going to be about fucking Oreos. Like, it was just not going to be anything else. I bought 12 different like, I bought a lot of Oreos.
You did go crazy for the Oreos.
I did. I was like, all right, let me show you how this is going to get, like, because I was like having so much fun harassing you guys. You would talk about Oreos for 5 minutes. I always missed it. I'd get there, you guys were talking about everything else. And it's called the Oreo stream. And I'm like, when are we going to get to the Oreos? And they're like, you missed that. That was fun.
Every time you came in, you're like, there's no damn Oreo talk on this Oreo stream.
I was like, this is what they call bait and switch. This is not. This is false advertising.
Did you really want to hear about Oreos? We're like, turns out they all suck. Don't buy them.
Exactly. I would harass you, telling you it was against terms of service. Like, you can't put that on the thumbnail if you're not talking about it.
We're like, rewind to the beginning. We did start Oreo talking.
We did the legally 5-minute requirement. We're done.
But then it became my favorite when you would show up in an Oreo stream because we were never talking about Oreos when you came in. And then we would all, it was like our mom walked in. We're like, anyway, Oreos, guys. I'm like,
oh, Claire's here. Everybody say Oreo. And they would too. They would also start saying Oreo something in the chat. It was ridiculous.
Dude, that 5-hour stream was fun. I just kept talking.
It was. And I did turn you on to one of the best Oreos, right? You turned me on to one of the best ones, the dark chocolate one. The only good one out
I
there.
think the dark chocolate is the best one.
It is the best
peanut
one.
Butter is
the peanut butter pie one, not the regular peanut butter one. The peanut butter chocolate pie Oreo with that crust is the best Oreo.
I know. And then you told me to dip it in coffee. And
that's it. Your life is over.
For the rest of that pack, but I would eat like 4 of them every morning. And then I'd be like, I'm sad this package ran out, but I am relieved. I need to stop.
You're like, Claire, I love you, but my hips are hating you right now.
It was so unreasonable how much Oreos I consumed every day. And I'm like, I've got to stop. And I would not let myself buy anything else. I had like 20 fucking packages of Oreos here. And I'm like, you cannot buy ice cream or like a piece of candy. Yeah. Nothing else sweet but I wouldn't eat the Oreos. So then I just like cold turkey had nothing sweet in my house.
I'm telling you, I understand that because I can overindulge if I really, really like something. I got a box of candy from New Zealand. I had to put it on the other side of the house because like it was everything was so good. I could have just ate like everything in there like repeatedly. Now I have cravings. Like Vermilion in record, like I'm obsessed with lumps now. Like pineapple lumps, hokey pokey lumps. I have to find them here.
I would like to try some lumps.
I know. They're like they got a slight chocolate coating and the filling is like toasted marshmallow, chewy, like soft taffy with pineapple is the one. And the other one, hokey pokey, has more of a vanilla toasted honey flavor. It's freaking amazing. Like,
and it's called hokey pokey.
That's a great
name for a treat.
It's a great name for a flavor. It's a flavor profile in New Zealand. They make ice cream. They make yogurts that way. I've got a chocolate bar with it. It's phenomenal.
See, I would like, I would rather enjoy if in my life on a regular basis, I could be like, I could go for some hokey pokey right now.
Yeah. Wait, I think we need to leave before I get onto the sour Fijos candy because like
Yes, we do.
I don't want to be tempted to go to the other side of the house and get the last bag of sour Fijos that I have, which I'm trying not to eat until Christmas because I don't think I'm going to get any more. I can't find them. Like so.
John,
Yeah.
I do that with dark chocolate truffles. I only get them this
The
time of year.
cordials, yeah, I do love that.
I'm only allowed one a day.
I remember that, John, from last year. The cherry cordials. I do enjoy a good one, but I like dark chocolate cherry cordials. I don't like milk chocolate ones.
My lovely lady
Yup.
lumps. Check it
You know,
out.
my lumps, my lovely lady lumps. I could sing. Now that's stuck in my head, rabbits. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I want to eat lumps and sing about lumps. I'm doomed for the rest of the evening. Like I'm just doomed.
Let's go
Yeah.
backstage and karaoke.
Yeah, this was true. I do believe that Mousy is streaming in a little bit, and I know that Wrecker will be streaming afterwards, and you'll hear me begging, like in the chat, for some sour Fijos and some more hokey pokey lumps. You know,
I need some hokey pokey.
and some hokey. That sounds so. That actually sounded very sexualized. I could use that. Like, I need some hokey pokey juju. Like I have needs, people. I need me some hokey
hokey pokey.
It's true, and I will own it. I need that hokey pokey. Yes, I do.
And I'm not ashamed.
And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm gonna own that. Like I need that hokey pokey. Like need.
All right, in the stream.
We're gonna end the stream. I'm gonna go. I'm cracking open that chocolate bar. I'll see you all later. Thank you, Juju, for another wonderful Sunday. Thank you, everybody who tolerated us or not in the chat and participated. You're all great. But do a bear a favor, man. You know, like I love hanging out with you guys, but like do me a solid. Go like, share, comment, do all that suck ass YouTube shit.
Yeah, leave a comment.
Do it, please. Do it. And if you can get anybody to subscribe, tell them to subscribe from a video because it actually gets me in the algorithm. And I never knew this, but it is true. And I'm going to pity party you all. I'm actually losing subs because it's that time of the year that the inactive subs get dropped from YouTube. So believe it or not, like more people are watching, but my numbers are falling. So like help a bear out, keep me in the algorithm, do what you got to do. Yes, I'm doing that suck ass YouTube shit because it's required.
But I comment whether or not you in fact need hokey pokey.
Yes, like let's talk hokey pokey. I will talk to you about anything on the back of those comment channels, and I answer all of you. You know it. Like I don't just like it. I actually answer you. So go do your thing, you know. And I will talk to you all later. John, it was so good to see you. It was so good to see all of you. Thank you so much to all of my moderators. You're the best. I love it that you come and you help out. And I really appreciate everybody in chat who was carrying on the conversation and having a good time. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the evening. Go see Mousy. If you want to continue chatting, I do believe that she will be
think it's
chatting.
just a chat and chill stream over at the Mouse.
Right. So you get to see the fish tank in which she's been making some changes. So that's really I'm stalling because I'm grabbing the damn link. Yes, I am.
Yeah. We can talk about whatever we want in Mousy's chat.
Yes.
So says I. I'm like
Okay, I got the stream. You accept cookies from me? I would, Mrs. Cassandra. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. I make some of the best damn cookies around. I've got recipes if anybody wants it. I won't be making them myself this year, but I will share the joy that way. You people want recipes for the holidays? Hit me up. Right, Juju? If you ask me for a recipe, I am so willing to share.
Yeah, Claire sends me recipes all the time. Well, not all.
And I'm telling you, they are great. If you ask, they are excellent. They've been
I have it. I'm making that red pepper. I forget what you get.
The tomatoes, the roasted red pepper tomato soup. Yep.
Yes.
It's good. It's very good.
All right. Get
Yeah.
us out of here, man. We'll be here
Yeah.
forever.
This is true. Bye, everybody. We're just going to put the damn thing. All right. See you. Hey, Mippet. Thank you. And thank you, everybody. We'll see you. We'll see you when you see you. I will be doing stuff during the week, and there'll be others doing stuff with the week. Check your notifications. Be proactive.
And leave a comment, please.
And please, yes, do the YouTube things. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for the chill stream. And thank you, Juju. It's a blast. I'm surprised we still had anything to say, but there you go.
But we still do.
We still do. I'm yeah. All right. Have a good one. Bye, all.
Bye.